Welcome back to my channel. So today, as promised, I am doing a video on the Instagram eyebrows, which are these that I have on. So if you're a beginner and you want to learn how to do these eyebrows, then just keep on watching. So before you go, don't forget to like my video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that bell right next to it so that you can get notified every time I upload a new video. Now, on to the video. Okay, so my eyebrows are already shaped. I did get them waxed about 4 months ago, and since then I've been just cleaning them up as needed with these little razor types. This one is from Flawless. You don't need this specific one. Inexpensive ones on Amazon that'll do the trick. I do use that. For those stubborn little hairs, I do use this Revlon tweezers, which is actually my favorite tweezers ever. So I am going to just comb my eyebrows just to kind of see the shape. Now remember that your eyebrows start here, aligned with your nose. They arch here. It has to go through your pupil. I'm having a little bit of difficult time because of my eyelashes, but it arches right there, and then it ends right here. If your brows don't start right here, then you can just draw in with hair-like strokes, little hairs. If it doesn't arch here, then you just bring it out to arch it where you need it to. And if it doesn't end here, then you just extend the tail so it ends where it's supposed to. As you notice, this eyebrow is my good eyebrow. It does start where it's supposed to, it does arch where it's supposed to, and it does end where it's supposed to. I comb out my eyebrow. Now with the pencil, I'm going to outline the shape of my brow. Now for now, I'm not going to touch the first 1/3 of the eyebrow. I'm going to leave that alone until I finish filling in my brows. So I'm just going to outline my eyebrow, and I'm going to follow the shape of my eyebrow. And I'm going to outline the top of it. And bring that down for the tail. Okay, once I have the outline, I'm going to go ahead and fill it in. I don't have to do hair-like strokes because, again, this is a bolder eyebrow. Okay, now I'm going to comb it out to make sure it's even. And I'm gonna go back in and see where I missed some spaces. Now for the first third of the eyebrow, I am going to draw a line right under it that connects to the rest of my eyebrow. And I'm just going to draw in a little bit of hair but I am going to spoolie out that line. I'm going to brush it out so that it won't be a harsh line. By doing that, I'm getting that faded effect of an Instagram eyebrow. So once I have that little fade in the front of my eyebrow and my eyebrow is already filled in, what I want to do with this particular pencil is I want to get the powder side of it, and I'm going to set the end of my eyebrow very lightly. Now I'm not going to touch that first part. I'm just going to go from the second part to the tail very lightly, just to kind of set it in. So now that my eyebrow is the shape that I wanted, I'm gonna go ahead and clean it up with concealer. Let me just put this pencil away. So the concealer I'm going to use is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. This is in light medium, which is a little closer to my skin color. And I'm just gonna do it with a flat brush like this. This is Beauty by Bianca with dough color. You don't need to use this particular brush, but you do want to use one that is rounded up on the top like that. That'll help you a lot when you're cleaning up your concealer. Now, because I already have a full face of makeup, I do want to be careful when outlining it with concealer to make sure I don't get it on my eyeshadow. Normally, I would do my eyebrows first and then my face, but for the sake of the video, I wanted to have a full face already. Okay, so I'm just going to grab some concealer. I do usually put it on my hand and then grab from there, just so I can make sure to flatten out my brush. And I'm going to outline as close to the eyebrow possible. I'm just outlining the bottom. And then I'm gonna go ahead and outline the top. Be careful not to wipe away your arch. And once you get it as straight as possible, what you want to do is either buff it out with a brush to just take off some of the excess. What you can also do is buff it out with a damp beauty sponge. Now, of course, here I want to be a little extra careful because of my eyeshadow. I was just using the tip of the sponge. Eyebrow, I am going to do it with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in the color dark brown. Now, usually the brush that I use for my eyebrows is this Anastasia Beverly Hills number 12 brush. I like this brush because it is very thin here on the edge and it does have its spoolie. Okay, so I'm just going to grab some pomade, and it's going to be the same technique as with the pencil. We're going to outline first and then fill it in. Remember, we're not touching this first third of the eyebrow. Now, again, you want your eyebrow to start here, arch here, and end here. If you notice on this eyebrow, it arches before the mark. So I'm going to extend it out and arch it where it's supposed to, just so that it can be even with this eyebrow. So I'm gonna go ahead and outline the bottom. Now, if your eyebrows are not exactly symmetrical, that's fine. You just want to draw them in as close as possible. It doesn't have to be perfect. So I'm cleaning it up here. I'm flattening out my brush. Gonna grab some more. Notice how I'm grabbing little by little. I'm not getting too much product in the beginning. And again, I'm going to leave the front of it alone. I'm going to outline about 2/3 in. And notice my arch starts here, but it should start over here. So I'm just going to overdraw my brow and then arch it down. Now I did draw it too pointy just to make the point that I did overdraw it. We'll clean that up in a bit. So once I have the outline, I'm gonna go ahead and grab some more product and fill it in. Okay, now once I have that filled in, I am going to draw that line right under where I want the eyebrow to start and connect it to the rest of my brow. I'm going to spoolie it out so that I can get that faded look. Now the reason I do that till the end is because pomade does dry out. So the longer you leave it on there, the harder it's going to be to buff it out. So that's why I leave it till the end. And we're going to spoolie that up. So that we can get that faded effect. Now, this brow is more full up in the front than this one, so I don't need to draw in any hairs. But if yours isn't as full, then with the tip of the brush, you can go ahead and just draw in some hair going up and then buff that out as needed. Remember, what we want is that faded effect. Okay, then you just finish up the little touches. Like right here, I did go a little crooked. So I want to get that as straight as possible. Now again, this is pointed, and when we clean it up, I am going to curve it a little like I did here. Okay. Now it does need some work here, but I'm going to work that in as I'm cleaning it. The Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I'm going to add some here on my hand, or on the back of my hand. With the same brush, I'm going to clean it up. And here I'm going to bring it up a little so that it can arch as high as this one. And thin this out. Now, if it does, notice how it did mix a little with the pomade. I'm just going to clean that off and grab some more. Now I'm going to outline the top of my brows. And curve the arch here and bring it down. So pomade is a little harder to work with, but it is a little easier when correcting an eyebrow. Okay, so I'm just gonna go back in and correct the tail where I wiped some of it off. And again, I want to try to get it as close as possible to the other eyebrow. So I'm just going to add a little more there, make it a little straighter down here. And now I'm going to go ahead and buff it out with the sponge. Very carefully. Now, if you do erase a little bit of that tail, just go ahead and go back in and fill it in. Just like that. And again, it ends, it arches, and it starts. So that's the finished look. Let me take off these clips because I can't take myself seriously. So that's the finished look. Those are my Instagram eyebrows. Leave a comment down below on how you do your Instagram eyebrows or what products you use to do your eyebrows. Don't forget, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell right next to it so that you can get notified anytime I upload a new video. Thank you for watching. Stay blessed, be safe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.